and literally work as one. Momentum is when everybody's on the same page and takes one step forward, right? So no matter what, I don't care if you're on this team, that team, this team, the third, you have a call with your mentor, you have a call with your chairman 50, and you're aware of it, you make sure every single person that you ever have impacted either directly or indirectly are on this call with you as well, right? So family, with that being said, thank you guys for hopping onto this call. See, I'll tell you guys this. You know, when I joined this business 2 years ago, it wasn't like this. When I joined this business 2 years ago, I wish I had calls like this on a weekly basis with somebody like Todd. I wish I had access to mentorship like we do now. But God bless, you know, within the growth of the company, within the growth of the team, we have the most solid, amazing people to actually follow. And we have the path already made for us to go ahead and elevate in this business, right? So for those who don't know me, my name is Mo Enterprise. I've been here for 2 years, currently a P2000, but currently a Chairman 25, if you know what I'm saying, right? And guys, I'm telling you guys right now, we're about to be on the same page on this call. We're going to learn exactly what we need to go ahead and go next level. We're going to know exactly what our intentions and our focus should be on moving forward, because nothing is more important than your focus. I'll tell you guys right now, your focus is literally where the momentum is going to come. Your focus is where the growth is going to follow. Where you focus on growth. So you should be focused on nothing but this business, nothing but your goals, nothing but accomplishing that Chairman 10, getting that smacked already so we can already start touching these millions and already be on our way to being as coachable as possible and to elevate, right? So if you're ready, and don't type this in the chat if you're not having these confirmations, right? If you're ready, you're excited, you're focused, and you have a notebook and a pen out, type a 1 in the chat, right? There's hundreds of people on this call. Everybody should have a notebook. Everybody should have a pen. Everybody should be ready. Everybody should be focused, fully energized, because there's nothing in the world right now that's literally blessing us like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We going absolutely crazy. What's going on, family? How we feeling? How we feeling? Let's pass it right back to Mo. Pass it right back to Mo. Going crazy, right, on his chairman run. Don't be surprised when you see that chairman flyer drop in the next 30 days, right? Don't be surprised when you see his chairman flyer drop. The way Mo is moving right now is absolutely, it's shiesty. It's crazy. It's crazy right now. But what's going on, guys? What I want to do is actually go over something really, really dope. Go over a training that usually I do for Platinum 2000s and above, but I feel like right now is the perfect time to tell the organization. Right now is the perfect time to let everybody know exactly how we should be moving and maneuvering moving forward, right? Moving forward, especially the rest of the year, right? So now this is again for our builders. This is for the people with the big hearts, the people who want to share the information and they want to run a successful business. So I'm going to go over everything you're going to need to know. Well, majority of things you're going to need to know when you're running your business, and it's probably going to explain a couple things in your back office, a couple things within your relationship with certain leaders and things like that. So first things first, I want you guys to take amazing notes. Take notes because it's not about just you being on this call, it's about your entire team being on this call, you being able to teach exactly what it is you're about to learn right now, right? So the first thing I'm going to touch on is making sure your team is building the way you need them to, right? The way they need to, right? Make sure your team is building the way that they need to be building, right? So we're going to go over relationships. We're going to go over promotion. We're going to go over fixing problems in your business. We're going to go over leadership calls, so on and so forth, right? You should be speaking to all up and coming individuals in your organization. Now, that doesn't say all up and coming IBOs. It's just all up and coming individuals within your organization. You don't know who's just a trader, but they decided to be just a trader because someone in your organization didn't launch them right. Someone in your organization didn't expose that part of the business to them correctly. So they decided, that doesn't even sound right. Let me just be a trader, right? So you want to talk to all up and coming individuals in your organization. If you're P2 and under, you should know every single person in your organization. Every last individual. Every last individual. You should know them on a first name basis. It's only 75 people. It's only 75 people. It's less than 200 people. Less than 200 people, you need to know every single person in your organization on a first name basis, right? If you are not If they're not your personals, you need to at least touch base, right? If they're not in your personals, like you didn't personally sponsor them, at least touch base with these individuals, because these are the individuals that are literally diamonds in the rough. The same way the person who inspired you probably isn't the person who enrolled you. The person who inspired you to go chairman probably isn't the person who enrolled you. Might not be the person who enrolled you, right? There's a version of you somewhere in your organization, and you need to dig and you need to find that person, right? You need to dig, you need to find that person, right? Now that you have a team, you're P6, P1, P2, right? There's two things you have to remember. Number one, never stop recruiting. Number one, never stop recruiting, right? Reader, recruiting is the answer. Recruiting is the answer. Literally, we're about to launch an IG influencer who's projected to do Chairman 25 within 30 days. Literally, I'm never not recruiting. I'm always recruiting, always, 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 right? If you ever feel like your business isn't moving, if you ever feel like somebody on your team isn't listening, if you ever feel like there's no momentum in your business, right? The answer is build a new team, recruit new people, right? Recruit more people, right? You don't have time to wait on the next person. You don't have time to wait on somebody else to decide they want to be rich for you to then get paid or for your business to then move, right? Recruiting is always the answer. So that's number one. Recruiting, never stop recruiting. Recruiting is the answer. Number two, be a better leader. You have to be a better leader. The business looks the way it does. Your business looks the way it does because of your capabilities as a leader, right? That stung, that stings a little bit for some people, but I'm gonna say right now, your business looks the way it does because of your ability as a leader. It's not the compensation plan. It's not the product. It's not your upline. It's not your downline. It's because of your capabilities as a leader. Your back office looks the way it does because of your level of leadership. Your back office has jumps, retracements, loop-de-loops, whatever it is, because of your level of leadership, right? Because of your levels of leadership, right? The leader is the highest paid profession in the world, right? Leadership is the highest paid profession in the world. So I want you to do a couple of things. Number one, fill your cup. Fill your cup. The worst question you can ask someone is, hey, what should I do my calls on? It's the worst question you can ask a chairman. What should I do my calls on? You should be doing so much personal development, right? You should be doing so much personal development. I should be able to throw you on stage in front of 500 people and give you any topic and you talk about it. I should say social media, go for an hour and you can go. I should say prospecting, go for an hour and you can go. I should say building relationships, go for an hour and you can go. You need to be building your cup so much. It doesn't matter what it is. You should be like almost like a freestyle. You ever seen like rappers freestyle where they just bring up a random word and they just keep going off the top? You need to be able to do that with your business. You need to be able to do that with your business. I should be able to say, yo, compensation plan. You should be able to talk about every rank, how much volume every rank needs, how much they get paid every week, how much they get paid relative to their bonus, things like that. You need to fill your cup. So there's two things I want you to focus on. Number one, the 5 levels of leadership by John C. Maxwell. 5 levels of leadership. 5 levels of leadership. If you're facing any turmoil, any disagreements, any you and someone else are not on the same page, it's because there are 5 levels of leadership and you're on different levels with everybody. Some people you come in on level 2. Most people you come in on level 1. Just because you're someone's upline does not make you their leader. Just because you're someone's sponsor does not make you their leader, right? Think about your last job. The person who got you, who hired you. Did you really respect that person so much? Right? Did you really respect that person like with everything in you? Probably not, right? Probably not. Let's be honest, right? Let's be really, really honest. You're on different levels of leadership with different people within your organization, different people within the team, different people within the company, right? So fill your cup. 5 levels of leadership. The next thing I want you to study is how to win friends and gain influence. How to win friends and gain influence. This is a people business. You have to be good at people. You don't have to be great at speaking. You don't got to be great at this, great at that. You got to be great at people. So how to win friends and gain influence, right? Some of you have heard about the levels of leadership, but don't understand why certain people on your team aren't coachable to you, right? Certain people on your team are only coachable to your upline. Some of your people only listen when I speak. Some of your people only listen when other people speak. And then you wonder why. You can't ask why, but you've heard of the 5 levels of leadership and you've heard of that book, How to Win Friends and Gain Influence. The answer is literally in, you know the answer already. The answer is literally in front of you, but you have questions. That's literally like I said the other day. This business is like an open book test, but for whatever reason, people don't want to open the book. But the people who do open the book hit P5 and hit chairman and hit chairman 25. This is literally an open book test. And people are giving you the books. 5 levels of leadership, How to Win Friends and Gain Influence. But you have questions as to why certain people aren't coachable. But you have questions as to why when you speak, nobody moves, but when your chairman speaks, people move. The answer is in those 2 books. The answer is in those 2 books, literally, right? Certain people on your team only listen when your upline speak and not you. That book explains that, right? I'm going to go over that later, how to go deeper in the levels with your leaders. I'm going to go over that a little bit later. Jim Rohn, building a network marketing business. You need to know that like the back of your hand. Jim Rohn is like everybody's like OG, everybody's pops, everybody's grandpa. You need to study him, right? In order to be a chairman and have a team of 500, you need a specific set of leadership skills. I want you to take notes. Take notes on these skills. In order to have a team of 500 plus, you need a specific set of leadership skills. You can get to chairman without these skills, but you will not keep chairman without these skills. Do you want to be chairman for a month or chairman forever? Write in the chat. Do you want to be chairman for a month or chairman forever? You want to be chairman for a month or you want to be chairman forever? You want to be chairman forever. Yes, forever. So these are the skills. Number 1, you got to be a leader. If you're not the rank you want to be, it falls largely on how well you can lead the group you have now. I'm gonna say it again. If you are not the rank that you want to be, right? It falls largely on how well you can lead the group that you have now. If you can't lead a group of 12, why would you can't get to 1,200? If 12 people is hard for you, 1,200 is going to be impossible. I promise you. 1,200 is going to be impossible. I promise you, right? You got to be a leader. In order to be a chairman, have a team of 500, you need a specific set of skills, right? At the top of the list is problem solver. Literally, at the top of the list is problem solver. Write that down, problem solver. If you have issues solving certain problems in your organization now, you can kiss chairman goodbye because chairmen deal with a whole different set of issues. Like a whole different set of issues, right? I have certain people come to me with certain questions about like their business, their schedule, and it a lot of times it's the simplest answers. Hey, but this time, okay, let's just move the call back 30 minutes. This time, okay, let's switch the days, right? You got to be a problem solver, right? You got to be a problem solver. You get paid in direct proportion to the size of the problems that you fix. You fix big problems, you get big bucks. That's it. You fix big problems, you get big bucks. If someone loses their whole organization from P600 to 0, can you tell them exactly where they dropped the ball? Right? If someone loses their whole organization from P600 to nothing, can you tell them exactly where they dropped the ball and exactly how to get back rolling? If somebody isn't experiencing momentum, if somebody has leaders that doesn't listen, if somebody feels discouraged, right? Because their family doesn't believe in them, because they're going do something very, very personal, can you tell them exactly what they have to do to fix that? Be a problem solver. Focus on that. That's at the top of the list. Number 2, reliable. Problem solver. Number 2 is reliable. You must know everything about your business. You have to know everything about your business. Payment questions, billing questions, company-wide promotions, back office questions, support questions. Where do I get this? Where do I get that? How do I find out how much Chairman 10 gets paid? How do I find out how much volume I need for Chairman 250? How much does Chairman 500 get paid every week? You need to know the answers to these questions. You need to know the answers to this question. Imagine if you go to buy a Lamborghini and the guy at the Lamborghini dealership you ask him a question, hey, how fast can this car go? And the guy goes, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Let me find out. You're gonna look at him like, bro, don't you work here? I thought you sold Lambo. I thought that was your thing. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know how fast this car goes. Right? You ever been somewhere shopping for something and the employees don't know any of the answers to the questions you have? Hey, how much is this? Oh, I don't know. Bro, what? Don't you work here? You only sell one thing. So what do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? As I go into the sneaker store, oh, how much is this? Oh, I don't know. Bro, there's only one type of shoes in here. Like, what do you mean you don't know? The sticker's on the bottom. Like, what do you mean you don't know? You need to know your business, right? Someone just said Walmart. You don't want to be like that. You need to know everything about your business. You never stop being a leader. You're always being a leader, right? You're always reliable. When you're reliable, people want to do things for you and with you, right? Think about how many people are not bringing their network into the business because you're not a reliable leader. They're probably thinking, hey, I'm gonna bring in 500 people for what? So this person can just say, I don't know. So this person can always have to go to that person for an answer. I probably should have signed up with them. Think about how many people in your business think like that because you're not a reliable leader. Think about how many people are not building the business because you're not a reliable person. People who are reliable always have great results. Always have great results, right? These are people other people want to talk to, want to speak with, want to be around. You're reliable. You're cool. You're someone I can depend on, right? You're somebody worth following. That's why I'm going to bring you an army so you can lead us to 6, 7, 8 figures. Be reliable. We're going to talk about ways to develop now. We're going to switch into ways to develop culture and keep momentum. Right? This is a dope training. This is an amazing training. Ways to develop culture and keep momentum. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're getting some value right now. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're getting some value from this training. Right? So ways to develop culture and keep momentum. 2 things: appreciation and recognition. Appreciation and recognition. When somebody pops a rank, go crazy. When somebody wins their first trade, celebrate. When somebody gets done with the academy, you have to go absolutely insane. Recognize that person. Shout them out in the group chats. Hey, shout out new member for completing the academy in 2 days. Fire emojis, right? Shout out to TDC and Dream Chasers and TDC. Whenever there's a new member, guess what they do? Look, yo, they talk in their leadership chat. Yo, let me get eyes in the chat. Everybody drop eyes in the chat, the eye emoji. Imagine you just got started. You joined the business, and you see a whole bunch of eyes, and then it's because of you. It's because of you. You come in, you're like, yo, oh, it's crazy. Everyone, welcome. Right? Shout out Mitch, shout out Jen. Whenever there's somebody that joins the business, everybody, welcome. You ever seen one of those chairmen pop into like an Airbnb and the whole place goes crazy? Like, oh, it's the chairman. That's how every single person feels when they get welcomed in the group chat. That's how every single person feels when they get welcomed in the group chat. You ever been to like a Thanksgiving or something? Like a Thanksgiving, and when you pop into the crib, when you get to the house, it's like, yo, you're here. The whole family says, yo, you're here. Haven't seen you. That's how people feel when they join your group chats. You recognize them. You have that culture. You always show love. You make it a place that people want to be. You make it a place people want to stay. That's why they feel comfortable bringing their mom. That's why they feel comfortable bringing their brother, sister, best friend, whatever. Appreciation and recognition. That's how you develop culture. Appreciation and recognition. And culture always starts with the leader. Always starts with the leaders, right? Relationships, right? Relationships. I'm giving it to you guys. This training, I'm really doing it to you. Relationships. This is how you go deeper within the 5 levels of leadership. Pay very close attention. This is how you go deeper within the 5 levels. You're on different levels with different people. You may start out at level 2. Some people you might be on level 1, right? But this is how you get deeper. You build relationships within your organization. I mean, this is how. You never, this is how you build, this is the issue most people have. When someone says, oh, I'm gonna build a relationship, this is what you guys do. Oh, what rank you wanna be? Oh, okay. How much volume is this? Oh, are you done prospecting? No, stop. Never always talk about the business. That's boring. That's boring. There's a bunch of people that would love to build relationships, let's say with me, and all we ever talk about is the business. It's like, okay, and I love talking about the business. Trust me, I love talking about the business. But you don't get deeper than that as far as a relationship goes if we stay here in the business. You never get deep if all we do is stay here in the business. All we ever talk about is business. You're not a friend, you're a coworker. Right? That's the relationship we built, coworker. Think about it, right? Never always talk to me about something different. Your leaders will run harder for you, right? When they know you care about them, right? Your leaders will go harder for you when they know you care about them, when they actually like you, right? A lot of times that's the deciding factor, right? That's the deciding factor when they've been struggling, losing belief in themselves. They're probably around negative people. They probably follow horrible people on Instagram, whatever it is. They see negativity all the time. They lose people in the family. You know, life happens. A lot of times the deciding factor on whether or not they pay the membership is whether or not they like you, whether or not you're somebody worth following, whether or not you built a relationship with them. Think about how many people left your business that you don't even remember, you don't even think about like that anymore because you didn't even build a relationship. You didn't build a relationship with these people, right? They were like, nah, I can't let my leader down. I can't let my friend down. This is my accountability partner. What's my friend gonna say when they hear I quit on myself? I quit on my dreams. Now I can't not do this. I can't stop building. I can't stop trading. The reason this is important, right? Talk to your leaders. The reason this is important is because think about it. When people have gym partners, it's a sense of accountability. If someone said to you, yo, you have to work out every single day, 7 a.m. In the month of April, 99.9% of us are not going to do it. But if you had someone show up at your house and ring the doorbell every day in April at 7 a.m., you're going to work out every day because you got an accountability partner. This person didn't leave their house at 6 something to get to your house at 7 to wake you up for you not to do it, for you not to work out. People quit on themselves before they quit on other people. When you build a relationship with someone, you make it hard for people to quit. You make it hard for people to quit when you build a relationship with people. Certain people leave your business because you don't have a relationship with them. So it's easy for them to quit on their goals. It's easy for them to quit on their dreams because no one else around them cares about them enough to say, yo, bro, you really gonna quit? No one around them cares about them enough to be like, you serious? You're gonna stop trading because your mom doesn't like trading? You're gonna stop trading because your friend doesn't want to join your team? You're gonna stop trading because you lost $5? Like, they have nobody in their corner telling them that, so it's easy to just stop. It's easy to not go to the gym. It's easy to not show up for their business. Build a relationship. Build a relationship. Like, I'm not saying be on the phone with them. Like, talk to your leaders. I'm not saying be on the phone with them for 5 hours every night talking stuff, just talking BS, right? Talking about nothing, right? But you should at least know if your leader has siblings. You should at least know where your team grew up, why they joined the business, what they thought when they first signed up, what made them want to sign up. You should know these things. What they like to do when they're not building the business. If they went on a little date recently, whatever it is. These things come out when you build a relationship with someone. Because you don't tell strangers everything your whole life story. You don't tell a stranger that. You tell your friends. You tell people you've developed relationships with. Develop a relationship within your business, right? You need to know these things about your business. If you can't answer at least two of those questions, how many siblings, where they grew up, why they joined the business, like what they thought when they signed up, if you can't answer at least two of those questions for at least 5 of your leaders, then you don't have enough relationships in your business. The leaders that you see on Zoom every single day that are in your business, the leader you see in your back office every day that are in your business, do you know about this person? You know where they grew up? You know where they're from? Do you know their ethnicity? If you knew these things, you might be able to lead them better. If you knew these things, you might be able to lead them better. I want you to think about this before we go to the next topic. I want you, because I don't got that much time. I want you to think about this. When your name pops up on your team, your name pops up on your team's phone. Your whole team just got a text message from you. How do people feel when your name is showing on the top of that phone? When they get an alert from you, how do they feel? Do they feel like it's a coworker? Do they feel like it's my best friend? Because if your coworker just texts you, you're not in a rush to read that message. I promise you. They're probably trying to give you a shift. They're trying to call out, or they're trying to talk some weird stuff, like weird coworker stuff that you don't really want to hear right now. But when your best friend texts you, you're like, yo, bro, we outside. Oh, what's going on? How does your team feel when they see your name pop up on the phone? How does your team feel when they see a Zoom call and the host is you? How does your team feel? Right? How does your team feel? Think about it. Next topic. When your business is stable, the numbers in your back office has been the same for a week or whatever, but you see people growing, you see people getting added, but the numbers aren't moving, that's okay. That's all right. Your business is cleaning itself. There's new people being added and the old dead weight is dropping. New people being added, old dead weight is dropping, right? It's all good. It's all good. Don't fret. Don't go crazy, right? It's good. This is the time for you to capitalize. You need to find the holes in your business. It's like filling a cup with water and there's a huge hole at the bottom. That doesn't mean you're never going to drink water ever again in your life. That just means, okay, we got fresh water coming in. Perfect. Fresh water coming in. Perfect. Let me close up these holes at the bottom so I can finally drink some water. This is how you find the holes in your business. Go through, write a list of every single person in your business. And then you talk to them. You find out who's not. These are the things you want to look for. Find out who's not launching right. Right? Find out who's not launching right. Find out who's not recruiting. Find out why they're not recruiting. There's certain people that don't even know about the compensation plan. That's why they're not building. Right? Find out who's in that gray area in life. And then I'm going to the gray area. Find out who's in that gray area in life. This is the gray area. They're doing mediocre or okay in the business, but they're not all in with the business. They have personal things stopping them, right? You got to find out why they're not posting on IG. You find out why they're not confident, what they don't understand yet about the business. And you only get these answers from people by building a relationship. I'm telling you, there's chairmen in your teams, there's chairmen in your organizations, but they're in a gray area in life where they need someone to show love. They need someone that cares about them. Think about it. How many times you had a horrible day, but then you get one text message from your friend and it's all good. You have one phone call with your friend and it's all good. One thing happens and it's all good. It's that no one ever really has a bad day. That's impossible. The thing is this, you can have a bad moment and you're so immature, you let that affect everything you do for the rest of the day, but you didn't have a bad day. You're still breathing at the end of the day. So it can't be a bad day. You might have had a bad moment, but you're so immature, you're so not emotionally developed that you let that affect everything that happened that day. You let that energy affect how you spoke to some of the closest people to you. And then you wonder why some of these people don't talk to you no more. You wonder why some of your relationships aren't the same anymore. It's your level of maturity, right? But imagine if you were that friend that let your team know, that let your friend know, hey, you didn't have a bad day. This happened. This happened. You reacted. But think about all the good stuff that's going on in your life. Bro, like forget all of that. If this person's not making you money, bro, you can't afford to be upset. If you don't have 9 figures in your bank account, you can't afford to even have feelings right now. Let's cut that. Because you really got people that care about you, but you focus on what you don't have. You focus on one bozo that doesn't care about you when you got an army that cares about you. Every time you speak in this group chat, you get love. Every time you show up to an event, it's like a rapper just showed up. But you're worried about one person that don't join your business. If you take the things you have for granted, very soon you will not have these things anymore. Imagine having that conversation with every single person in your team that's in a gray area. Not only do you help them handle their personal issues or their personal, not even an issue, their personal understanding of their moments, their personal understanding of their life, you just became somebody's friend. You just became somebody worth following. Why would they not listen to you when you say, I want to make you rich? So we figured that out. But now I'm going to make you rich. I'm going to make you rich right now. Let's write this list of 50, and I'm going to do one-on-one, me and you, we on the phone. Me and you, and we close them all. It's time for you to stop feeling bad for yourself. It's time for you to get rich. Forget that. Like, we too broke to not to have feelings right now. Let's not do that. Let's get rich. When your team is in a gray area, you build relationships, you find out what's wrong, and you help them. You become, number one, what do we speak about? Problem solver, right? Problem solver. So now moving forward, right? I'm not saying every hour or every day, you want to get on the phone with these people, right? There's but so many times you can reach out to someone before you got to make the decision, okay, this person's not serious. This person's not receptive, right? This person's not serious. This person's not receptive. Maybe I'm not the voice for this person. I have to recruit, bring in more people, right? I have to recruit and bring in more people. That's what it is, right? Don't become somebody's coworker, become somebody's brother and friend, right? Again, think about it. How does your friend feel when your name pop up on the phone? How does your team feel when your name pops up on the phone? Build relationships with your people, right? Build relationship with your people. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. The people who say they only want to trade it's very tough for individuals to build a relationship with individuals who only want to trade. And I'm gonna explain it to you. There's nothing wrong with it because I really joined the business and I only wanted to trade too. So I was that person. I was that person that in my upline trying, oh, build. And I'm like, bro, leave me alone. I love these charts. Like, I'm good. I don't even like people. I love these charts. I was that person. But then I found myself without that many people to talk to, without that many people that can relate to what I'm going through, or what I'm doing, what I'm dealing with, right? And it doesn't mean people don't like you, it's just people don't relate to you. If everyone wants to make residual income, but you're the only person who within this business, but you're the only person who wants to just look at a chart, there's nothing wrong with that. You can't get mad that we don't have the same friends. Can't get mad that we're not in the same places, right? You cannot get mad that we don't have the same. I used to look at these people like, how are these people chilling with chairman? How are these people chilling with other platinum? How are these people getting dinner paid for them? Like, what? They're builders. They're like-minded. I didn't think like they thought. I didn't prioritize the things that they prioritize. That's why they ran in certain circles and I ran in different circles, right? They ran with certain people that didn't align themselves with me because I wasn't on their type of time. We didn't have the same goal, right? We didn't have the same goal, right? So I want you to understand that. I'm telling you, traders, you get much richer, much quicker being around people who want multiple streams of income within this business. I'll tell you right now, you meet other traders, you meet other big traders. I'm telling you right now, the CEO of this company is a trader. This is being recorded, so I can't even tell you the numbers. This guy is different. This guy's different. It says a lot that he's probably the richest trader you know. Probably the richest trader you know as an individual. 99.9% chance he's the richest trader you know. Someone just wrote it in the chat exactly how exactly what it is. Shout out 35 mil. Someone just wrote in the chat what his numbers look like. That person started a network marketing business where people can talk, where people can relate to each other, where people can communicate and build relationships. You want to be that. You want to build relationships with people. You want to help impact other people, right? You want to help impact other people. And I'm gonna say this: some individuals only talk to people who only want to trade, but then have questions about their back office. Remember, you become the 5 people you talk to the most. If everyone you talk to only wants to trade, you cannot get mad that your chairman run looks a certain way. It doesn't make sense. Opposite holds true. If everyone you talk to wants to be only is focusing on building the business, only the business, which you should be doing both, only the business. As a trader, you can't get mad when you don't have people to talk to when it comes to trading. It has to be a great balance, is basically what I'm trying to tell you. You have to have a great balance. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't go chairman speaking to people who only do one side of the business. I'm telling you right now. Harsh to say, but somebody gotta say it. You do not go chairman talking to people who only want to do one side of the business. It's tough. Build a relationship with the warriors, right? Build a relationship with the army of 300 that's going crazy. The Spartans on your team that want to go chairman, that want to build the business. People who have the same goals as you. That's who you should be around. That's who you build a relationship with. All right, let me move forward. I got 10 minutes. More things you'll need on your chairman run. Promotion. Promote like a professional, right? Promote like a professional. Your team needs to know when there's a webinar. Your team needs to know all incentives going on. We're running a crazy incentive right now, right? Incentives can be the deciding factor for somebody. Somebody could wake up and say, you know what, since we have whatever, $50,000 running in our team right now, I think I'll just go chairman this week. I'm telling you, people really have these thoughts. I'm telling you, I've witnessed it. I've seen people say, yo, they're giving back $1,000 if you get 10 enrollments. Okay, cool. Let me start building. What I got to do? Imagine if your whole team had that paradigm shift. And it's not that they found some new information. It's not how to build, blah, blah, blah. It's like there's an incentive. They're incentivized to build. You get that, right? They're incentivized to build the business. Your team needs to know everything that you know, right? They can be almost ready to quit. But because somebody that makes $20K a year says, Forex is not going to work. But the fact that there's an incentive, hey, I can make $1,000 if I just sign up 5 people. Okay, let's do it then. Let's go. Right? Literally, the incentive is that light at the end of the tunnel, right? Promote, 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 promote. Speak about active incentives at the end of every Zoom call. Speak about incentives. Speak about what's going on in the team. Right? Speak about the next Zoom call that they should be on. Right? Even if it's a trading call, you got a trading call at 6 o'clock, you got a building call at 8 o'clock. At the end of the trading call, say, hey, I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock for today's team building. That's how you promote. Event to event, Zoom call to Zoom call, moment to moment. You promote like a professional. A lot of you guys let group chats make you lazy. Just because you're in a group chat with 1 billion people and you drop a link, that's not promoting. That's not promoting. Promoting is calling your team. Oh, what's good? Good morning. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Today, I'll see you on today's call at 8 p.m. Send it individually. That's promoting. The teams that do that always come the deepest to events. The teams that do that always come the deepest to Zoom calls. The teams that do that always pop the most ranks. And it's not that they're more they're more skilled than you, they're more talented than you. No, they just work harder. They just sent a voice note, a text message, a phone call. They did 20, 30 more phone calls than you a day to their own team. They did 20, 30 more text messages than you a day to their own team about every call. And that's why they're 3, 4 ranks ahead of you. It's the little things that take you straight to chairman. I'm telling you, it's the littlest thing, smallest things, right? Your team isn't where they want to be because you find it more important that you know the information as opposed to everyone else knowing the information. There's literally people who are more concerned with their relationship with chairman than their team's relationships with chairman. What rank would you be, right? What rank would you be if all three of your legs were personally mentored by chairman? If the top three of every leg you got, if your top three were personally mentored by chairman, you got one leg mentored by David, you got one leg mentored by Alex, you got one leg mentored by myself, what rank would you be? But then you have individuals who'd rather only they have access to David, only they have access to Alex, only they have access to me. They're more concerned with their relationships with chairman than their team's relationships with chairman. If your team ever brought you around a chairman, that's a leader. If your team ever put you on the phone with a chairman, that's a leader. Now, granted, it's something you earn. It's not just everybody that gets access to chairman. You earn your access. You earn your access. You're P1, you're P2. You should have some sort of communication or building some sort of relationship with the chairman. A lot of you guys are in group chats with chairman and don't message them, and then have chairman questions, but you don't get chairman answers because you don't message chairman. The individual, I'll tell you that right now, the individuals that call me and talk to me the most are the ones that are the highest ranks within this organization. And it's not that I'm responsible for their success because everyone gets the blueprint, but it's only a select few that actually runs it. Only a select few that actually runs the play. The reason talking to chairman is important, right? The reason talking to other people that make more money than you is important is because you start thinking like them. You start thinking like them. That's the only difference between you right now and you at chairman 750. You think different. You think different. You can be the best speaker, the best blah, blah, blah. You think different. It's what's between the ears is different. Speaking to chairman, you understand how chairman think. The reason certain people move certain ways and think certain ways is because their goals are different. Write that down. When your goal is different, you think different. Write that down. When your goal is different, you think different. If your goal is chairman 10 in 12 months, you're going to come up with a 12-month plan. If your goal is chairman 10 in 30 days, you're going to come up with a whole bunch of different ways to hit chairman because you're giving yourself less time. When your goal is different, you think different. My goal was last year, my goal was chairman 100 in 8 months. That made me come up with so many things. I went from P5 to C50 in 5 months. The goal was different. A lot of people say, hey, chairman 100, I'm going to do that in 3 years, 4 years. I was like, I'm going to do that this year. Let me do what I got to do. And I fell short, but if falling short means you make $600,000 a year, $50,000 a month, I'll take it. And then I'm going to regroup and then replan and then really hit it like we are very, very soon. Right? You think different. When your goal is different, you think different. Make sure you have relationship with chairman, right? Make sure you have relationship with leaders, right? I'm not saying, okay, 1 second. Yeah, okay, uplines. Uplines, what we want to do is mentor, right? What we want to do is mentor leaders and three-way calls and trainings and events. That's what we want to do. I love phone calls. I love getting to know leaders. I love shifting paradigms, right? Helping close a big deal. This is one of my favorite things to do. Anybody who's in communication with me knows that. If I'm free for a call, for a three-way call, I'll do the three-way call right then and there. Right? Understand this simple truth. You don't need a lot of people. You just need leaders. Write that down. You don't need a lot of people. You just need leaders. Just because somebody pays $16 does not make them a leader. Just because somebody got funny colors in their back office does not make them a leader. Now, I'm going to end it like this. I'm going to tell you guys what a leader is. I only got a couple minutes. What is a leader? Leaders are those who take action. They're in activity mode all the time. All the time. When things are going good, they move. When things are going great, they're moving, right? They're in activity mode all the time. They have a strong belief system, right? They're consistent with their activity. They're committed. They have an attitude of commitment. Commitment is a feeling. They're committed, they're dedicated to their success. They're disciplined. There's only two things you can control, and I want you to write this down. Next time you get upset about anything, I want you to write this down. I want you to look at your notes. Look at and circle what I'm about to say. There's only two things you can control: your attitude and your activity. Your attitude and your actions. Those are the only two things you can control. Circle that in your notes. Circle that in your notes. If it's not your attitude, if it's not your action, don't waste no time being mad. Don't waste no time being upset. Do not react. Don't let that ruin your whole day. It's only two things you can control: your attitude and your action. Moving forward. Excited all the time, right? Leaders are excited all the time and highly focused. Grade yourself as I go through this. I want you to grade yourself 1 to 10. Where are you? And be 100% honest. Be 100% honest with yourself. Grade yourself 1 through 10 on all these things. Do you move all the time, or does your chairman have to tell you something? Do you have a strong belief system, or are you only hype at an event after a Zoom call? Are you consistent with your activity, or you gotta be inspired to move? Are you disciplined, or do you slack? Do you go from prospecting on Instagram for 10 minutes and then that turns into 30 minutes of you just scrolling on the explore page, looking at funny videos, are you disciplined? Are you really serious about this? Grade yourself on these things, right? When you start to develop these characteristics, you will start to attract people that have these characteristics. When you start to develop these things, you're going to attract people that have these things. And these are things of a leader. You attract leaders. Someone said, how do you sign up leaders? Be one. How do I develop leaders? Be one. You have to be one first. Jay-Z literally said it. He said, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. So we got rich. And that's the win-win. I got rich, made millions. That's the win-win, right? You can't develop leaders if you're not a leader. You can't sign up leaders if you're not a leader. It's the simplest math. It's the simplest math. So develop those characteristics, you're going to start attracting leaders. Okay, cool. The ability to edify. Leaders have the ability to edify. Leaders are always inspired, right? Leaders are always inspired. Listen, guys, it's called inspiration. Inspiration. What are you putting in your mind? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Someone says, how do you stay inspired? I'm always listening. I'm always putting things in my mind. I'm always putting things in my thoughts, right? How do you stay inspired? It's called inspiration, right? It's simple. Inspiration. Words are powerful. How do you develop leaders, right? Really quickly, this is the last thing I'm talking about. How do you develop leaders? Build relationships. Find out who's serious. Fill their cup. Fill their cup. Make sure they're filling their own cup as well. Push them into leadership roles, right? Push them into leadership roles. It could start with edifying you on a call. It could start with, hey, talk for 5 minutes before the bakery. Talk for 5 minutes before money heist. Talk for 2 minutes before the morning motivation. Talk for 4 minutes before the basics call. That's how you develop leaders. The worst thing that can happen is something that I've literally witnessed happen last year is you have platinum 1000s, 2000s that, platinum 2000s, 5000s that never practiced leadership enough. So when 2 people leave the business, it's the end of the world and then they leave or they stop building. Or P1000, who gets to P1000 literally for free because we're in momentum, you're going to see people pop P1000, pop P2000 that aren't real leaders. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna witness that this year. You're gonna witness that every year. People hit certain ranks that they didn't necessarily work for, right? They didn't necessarily work for it, but it just so happened that's how the cards fell, right? But these people never keep the rank if their leadership level doesn't match the rank. If you always derank to your level of leadership. I want you to write, you always derank to your level of leadership. And I know for a fact that's gonna sting a lot of you guys when you watch this a year from now, you watch this 3 months from now, 2 months from now, two years from now, and people are asking you, hey, Chairman, blah blah blah, your name, Chairman, blah blah blah. Why did I derank? Why did I? Ty told me. Ty said it. Yep, it was right. P2 never did a call, never did this, never did that, but wants to keep 2,000 a month. You don't keep it. Like I said to start this, there's a certain set of skills you need as a chairman, certain set of skills you need as a leader. Now, you can hit certain ranks without these skills, but you will never keep those ranks without these skills. Never. So look, over the next 90 days, I want you to focus on your action. I want you to focus on your discipline. I want you to focus on your excitement. Right? Focus. Look for ways to give. Look for ways to serve. Stop looking for ways to take. Start looking for ways to give. Right? Stop looking for ways to take. Start looking for ways to give. Right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to post this on YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much. I know it's really, really late. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys at the top. Drop a 7 in the chat if you like the call. Drop a 7 in the chat if you got some value from this call. Right? I'm gonna post this on my YouTube. I appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love you guys, and I'm gonna see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Take care, guys.